So this is a really cool feature in Photoshop that I wanted to show and share with you to give you an example of what we are doing with our layering process, okay? So when you get an image ready for printing, you print an image by using your CMYK settings. And what that means is that you're using C is for cyan, M is for magenta, yellow is for Y, and K is for black. When you take an image and you print it, here's your inks, right? This is the information that they're going to get for each of those, like how much ink for each of those. Now, when we're painting portraits, we use like sort of a version of this where we're using like a primary color, secondary colors, and like blending of all of these. Inks, it's different, you know, and also it's trying to emulate the look that you have on a computer screen. RGB with light shining through it, which is very different than primary colors or paint colors, whatever. But let me show this to you so you can get an idea of what we're talking about. If we broke down each channel, we talked about like our underpainting. And here's another example is this does not look like the underpainting that we're creating, right? It's kind of washed out, blown out. It's not very detailed. It's not going to get the same effect here as you will get with a painting like we're doing. But check out what happens if I add a layer of yellow on it. This gives you an idea of like if we were adding a yellow glaze on top. So when you add a yellow glaze, I know that looks like they just took one strength of yellow and just applied it over everything. But if I take away the black, that is the strength of the yellow. Does that make sense? So we're seeing it in black and white right now, but that's the strength, the pigment, the transparency, like opacity of the yellow. So it's very, very yellow right here. And then it's very, very light and yellow here. Okay. That's how much ink is being put down in yellow. If you lay them two together, it kind of looks like this. All right, let's go to magenta and see what that would look like. So that would be how much magenta you're applying as well, which is not very much. Actually, there's more yellow. Did you notice that? It's like more yellow, less magenta. Let's see, how about cyan? So a lot of cyan, very similar to the black, actually. When you lay these two together, that looks more like our underpainting that we're creating, right? Like say we're creating an entire underpainting with blue paint with our darkest values being a dark cyan. It would look something like that. When you put them all together, you are getting the full picture, okay? So obviously this is a very extreme example of what we're doing, but it's something I can show you very quickly. And like it's an abstract idea, an abstract version of what we're doing. And hopefully this will make the layering process a little bit less complicated or less complicated to understand at least.